Welcome back. Local researchers at the UW are working to reinvent the plastic industry. The News 3 Now exclusive right now.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning. It's February 2nd. I'm Keely Arthur. We're going to get a check on weather with Chris in just a second. But first, here are 3 things to know as you get your day started. The first person outside of mainland China, a man in the Philippines, has died from the coronavirus. This news comes as an 8th case of the deadly disease has been confirmed in the U.S., this one in Massachusetts. The state's Department of Public Health confirmed the positive test of a man in his 20s who lives in Boston. Officials say he had recently traveled to Wuhan, China, and got medical care soon after returning to the U.S. The man was put into isolation and is said to be recovering and doing well. Meanwhile, Delta is moving up its suspension of flights between the U.S. and China in response to the coronavirus outbreak. The airline will suspend all flights starting today. Previously, Delta said the suspension would begin next Thursday. The move follows a Department of Health and Human Services ban on U.S.-China travel, also beginning today. Delta expects the flights to remain suspended at least through the end of April. And it's Super Bowl Sunday, and experts say this year's game is one of the most evenly matched in years. With a matchup so close, maybe the difference could be the colors the teams are wearing. Studies conducted over the last 40 years actually show the color of uniforms can make a difference in how teams play. Teams that wear red tend to play more aggressively, obviously a plus in a game like football. The Chiefs will wear their red jerseys tonight and are currently a 1-point favorite. We will show you a preview of this year's commercials ahead at 7:30. And speaking of vibrant colors, Chris, sunrise, the sun is out.
That's
beautiful.
right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yes, absolutely beautiful. And you have those high, thin, wispy clouds that are made out of the ice crystals higher up in the sky. That really helps to reflect a lot of that beautiful, vibrant color. Folks, that's exactly what we are seeing out there this morning. Even the Edgewater Sky camera always showing that beautiful Capitol dome that we have right here in Madison. The temperature is at 41 degrees already, so we are seeing the warm-up. Winds are calm. They're going to be picking up out of the south as we continue to push on through the morning. 41 in Janesville right now as well. Mineral Point and Boscobel at 41. We have a couple folks into the 30s, and some of us are in the lower 30s. Juneau at 31. That's about the only spot that you can find in southern Wisconsin that is below freezing as of now. No snow on our radar this morning. Now, there was a little bit that passed towards our north earlier on. That will not be a big deal. But what could be our next weather maker, and I know it's at least going to bring us some cloud cover, is our setup early next week. That'll feature an area of low pressure moving towards the south of Wisconsin. I think the question is just how far south of Wisconsin. We'll be answering that in a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Chris. Well, more local news now. City of Madison residents can now vote absentee beginning this week. And as election season begins, those who once lost the right to vote because of felony voter disenfranchisement laws are now fighting for voter equality. Any person convicted of a felony is ineligible to vote until pardoned or the sentence is commuted, including time after prison or jail. Well, according to state law, a group of former incarcerated individuals called Expo is campaigning to unlock the vote and restore voting rights to those after release from prison or jail.
Being a part of the voting process allows for a real voice to happen and real change to happen. When that doesn't, it's the opportunity and the ability for the few to benefit.
To check and see if you are registered to vote, you can visit myvote.wi.gov. Meanwhile, we're expecting a busy week in Washington, but don't expect contrition from President Trump. Senate Republicans are expected to acquit the president this week, likely during a vote on Wednesday, and sources say the president has no plans to apologize. Then President Clinton did so at the end of his 1999 impeachment trial, but sources say Trump will likely express vindication. Right now, he says he's innocent and his conduct with the Ukrainian president was, quote, perfect. Well, even when we're doing our due diligence to recycle, very little plastic can actually be used again. But there is some serious scientific work going on at the UW to change that. Danica Lewis shares the story you'll only see on News 3 Now.
Almost everything we use is plastics.
It protects our produce, tops our juices, holds our lunch, keeps kind sentiments from floating away. It's wrapped around our beloved cheese. Even cheese that's wrapped is wrapped again. It's in our carts, in our clothes, the express checkout line sign. We can use all the reusable bags we want. But
it's impossible to go more than probably an hour without touching something that's plastic.
It's why Kevin Sanchez Rivera spends a lot of time in labs at UW-Madison.
Hopefully reduce that negative impact that plastic waste has had.
To make sure this durable yet undeniable staple of our lives isn't only used once.
The fact that they last forever can be it's a good thing, but it's also a very negative thing that we need to learn what to do with.
George Huber and his team have made it their mission to make the process of processing plastics more efficient. What makes this material so multi-purpose makes it tough to repurpose.
We never really want to solve these problems until we have to.
So here's the problem. Huber says 32% of the world's plastics go straight into the environment. 40% goes into landfills. 14% is incinerated or burned for energy. 4% is lost in the recycling process. That means only 10% of plastics out there are actually used to make something else, and most of them are downcycled into lower quality products.
And there's so much engineering that goes into making the plastic that makes them very complicated material, and then when we recycle them, they're all contaminated.
The way to deal with that contamination is by separating out each individual element in a plastic product.
Think about that 7-layer dip you'll bring to the Super Bowl party on Sunday. Sure, you can see all of the ingredients. That doesn't mean you can use the sour cream or reuse the refried beans without getting some tomato or guacamole mixed in. Same goes when you're trying to make something new with plastics that have already been mixed together.
That's where Reed Van Lane comes in.
There's real demand from industry, from consumers, and from the government.
The biological engineer/chemist develops solvents to isolate different types of plastics in bags and bottles, everything, separating them so they're not contaminated. In layman's terms, he's orchestrating a kind of molecular dance to pull materials apart. Computer simulations help predict what could work.
A lot of that plastic that was previously used once now can be reused hundreds of times, thousands of times. And that's maybe a simple sounding change, but will be a dramatic improvement.
And despite the fact that plastics are complicated, Huber says the end goal is not.
My goal is to develop the technology that will revolutionize the plastic industry and develop the technology that will allow us to more efficiently recycle plastics.
Easy enough, or so we can hope.
All right, we have some very sad news to share on a story that stole thousands of hearts around the world. The Prairie du Sac man, who asked for as many Christmas cards as possible, died in his home Friday shortly after 4 o'clock. Gene Wittenhiller was battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Last we told you Gene got more than 50,000 cards in the mail. A final count came out to 500,000. His wife Linda says she will continue to read every single card as a way to honor her husband. The family will have a private funeral. In a statement, the family said, in part, Gene was a tough man who fought right to the end and was not alone and loved by so many. Gene Wittenhiller was 72. We'll be right back.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Coming to the Palace Theater in the Dells for their Original Artist Series. Friday, May 8th, an evening with country legends Crystal Gayle and Lee Greenwood. With 35 top country hits, Crystal Gayle is on the road promoting her first new album in 16 years. You'll also see Grammy Award winner and 7-time country music chart topper Lee Greenwood. Get your dinner show tickets today at dellspalace.com.
The number of uninsured Americans rising. The cost of prescription drugs rising. The threat to people with pre-existing conditions rising. The good news? So is support for the one candidate who'll do something about it. As mayor, Mike Bloomberg helped expand coverage for 700,000 people, including hundreds of thousands of kids. As president, he'll lower drug costs and ensure everyone without coverage can get it. That's a promise. And unlike him, Mike actually keeps his.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Bone-chilling. Back-breaking. Breathtaking. Winter weather can be a lot of things. But it should never be a surprise. Watch News 3 Now for an accurate forecast you can trust day in and day out. And when safety is an issue, you'll hear about it first and fast. First Alert Weather, always reliable, so you can plan your life.
Tired of the cold? Then warm up with winter cocktails, spirits, food, and live music at Madison Magazine's Top Shelf Winter Taste. It's March 9th from 6 to 9 at the beautiful Edgewater Hotel. Tickets now available at MadisonMagazineExperience.com. Pick up a copy of Madison Magazine and have the city at your fingertips. Dining, entertainment, where to go, and what to see. Original reporting, local business, and politics. Pick up the latest issue on newsstands now.
What does it look like when a life is truly changed?
I feel a sense of accomplishment because I built a house. This house has brought us financial independence.
Every family dreams to have their own house. This house changed our lives.
Habitat for Humanity is at work in your community and around the world. Through shelter, we empower.
All right, welcome back. More local news now. For more than 70 years, the Sun Prairie community has proclaimed itself the groundhog capital of the world. Chris, forget Phil, Dane County has Jimmy.
That's right. Our area's tradition does date back to 1948 when Wisconsin celebrated its centennial.
Ooh, well, let's head back out to Sun Prairie. We are live right now where Jimmy the groundhog is going to make his prediction. Chris, according to the legend, if a groundhog sees his shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter weather. If he doesn't, there will be an early spring. Regardless, Groundhog's Day marks the midpoint of winter, and you can watch this morning's full ceremony on our website, channel3000.com.
Yeah, now, Keely, one of the things that comes into this is whether or not you have sunshine on Groundhog's Day, because the legend has it, if you have sunshine, well, the groundhog's going to see his shadow. But if things are cloudy, snowy, and rainy, well, the groundhog is unable to see its shadow. Today we have a sunrise. The question is just whether or not the sun will be up enough to see a shadow by the time they go ahead and pull Jimmy out of the ground. Here's what we're looking at right now, a gorgeous, beautiful sunrise over south central Wisconsin. Just some amazing, beautiful color on that horizon. So we can all collectively say together, finally, after 11 days, yes, we are dealing with the sunshine here, and a few folks this afternoon are going to be saying, whew, it is warm. But everyone will likely be asking, what's up with next week? We do have a chance for snow coming into the picture, and there's still a lot of questions to be ironed out as we go through the next couple of days. Thankfully, we have some time to do so. High-resolution Doppler does remain clear for us right now. Any flurry chances from last night, those are on out of here. And we're going to go through perhaps the next day or two before we actually see more in the way of some flurries. Now, there's some upper level cloud cover towards the south. A lot of that should stay towards the south later on, but don't be surprised if you see a few high, thin, wispy clouds passing through as we go throughout the day. 41 in Madison right now. Mineral Point also at 4 and 1. 40 in Monroe right now. Janesville coming in at 41. A couple of us are in the upper 30s. Let's show you what happens as we move into the afternoon. This is 2:30. Temperatures will be right around 46 degrees. Sunshine for all. By the way, the record high is 47, so we are going to be right there in record territory. With enough sunshine, some folks may even set some new record highs. Here's a special gift I have for everyone. This is 6 o'clock tomorrow. Temperatures are starting out in the 20s, but that sunshine sticks around as we go into tomorrow afternoon. So you've waited long enough that it seems Mother Nature is giving us not 1, but 2 days of sunshine before the clouds start to sneak back in as we move into tomorrow night. But at this point, the sun should be setting here in south central Wisconsin by the time that cloud cover begins to move in here, then you see the chances for flurries and light snow beginning to break out. Here's the setup we're going to have next week. A stationary front between Chicago and St. Louis. You are likely to see areas of low pressure developing right along that as the colder air towards the north battles it out with the warmer air that we do have towards the south. The question is just how far south is that colder air able to push? If it pushes far enough to the south, the area of low pressure stays towards the south. If it's a little bit slower, maybe a little bit farther towards the north, then we end up with even more of a snow chance. Here's how the models are seeing it right now. And I actually like what they're coming up with. It shows that most of the snow chances, at least Monday into Tuesday, will stay further towards the south. But then as we get you towards the end of the week, we're looking at a weaker storm system that'll likely track a little bit further towards the north. This is where we will see our snow chance. Most of this is going to be light snow, but nonetheless, we could see some accumulating snow around here. I have added those snow chance in for Thursday. So we're looking at some snow chances Wednesday, or Tuesday night, Wednesday and Thursday. Most of that, though, will be light. The other story is the fact that the cloud cover is going to be sticking around after Sunday and Monday. So enjoy these next couple of days. More light snow chances Monday and Tuesday next week.
All right, good advice. Thank you, Chris. The Chocolate Shop has announced its return to Atwood Avenue following a lawsuit late last year, which ended with the Chocolate Shop leaving their walk-up shop. The ice cream parlor will open just 200 feet from its former location, where another ice cream shop called the Atwood Scoop plans to open. Both owners say their shops will be a place for the community to gather, coming right off the bike path.
I hope that people in the neighborhood and the community will be very excited that, yes, Chocolate Shop ice cream is still here. Yes, we're reinvesting. We're putting in actually a larger store. So I hope that rings positive to everybody.
I want it to be the same thing it's always been, a fantastic little spot right off the bike path. It's a little gathering area. We'll have the seating in the back and the patio right on the bike path. It's a fantastic local corner in a local community that people can gather at.
The Chocolate Shop plans to open in May. The Atwood Scoop says they will open when weather permits, maybe even sooner. A Madison native who used to walk the halls of West High School as a student is now a teacher, and she's been selected as our top-notch teacher to kick off the new year. Charlotte Deleste introduces us to Holly Walker.
It sounds like a school dance, or maybe looks like a pep rally. But it is so much more than that.
Theater is a platform, and it gives us a voice.
As the director of theater and Multico, Holly Walker has been teaching students at West High School for 15 years how to use their voice for the greater good. Multico was started 23 years ago by then theater director Rebecca Jallings, Holly's former teacher. It's a company of 32 seniors who reflect the diverse ethnic and racial population of Madison's schools. They perform at elementary and middle schools with an original 30-minute production.
And so it's not just about people being on stage and dancing and singing, but it's what are we saying? What's our story? What's our truth? And for me as a director, I always think, where's the light? Finding out information can be jarring. We need to be authentic, and it needs to be real, because we're depicting real-life situations and experiences.
They tackle real issues like LGBTQ,
I'm gay. Okay.
Divorce, vaping,
It's like a jewel.
immigration,
My parents came to this country to give my siblings and I a better future.
suicide, body image, and racism,
It's time to stop all the hate for all people. It's like
just to name a few.
It's always about empathy. And then there's identification in the sense that a student might be able to see someone on stage, identify with them, and it gives them confidence in who they are.
And gives other kids an important perspective.
We get to do this. What a gift that we have here to be able to do something like this and to be able to talk to so many kids and to be able to tell these stories so that acceptance and understanding can grow as a community.
Walker has no doubt that for some kids, it's a game changer.
I hope to give them what I had when I was in high school. Theater was, for me, a room where I felt safe, I felt comfortable, and I felt like I could be my authentic self.
And isn't that what we all want?
Multico just wrapped up for the year, so now Holly is busy putting together the spring musical, 9 to 5. Those show dates are the first 2 weekends in March. If you know of a top-notch teacher, please nominate him or her at channel3000.com. You can find the link under the Education tab on our website. Well, it's a new month, but for all of you trying to stick to your New Year's resolutions, we've brought you a delicious and typically carb-heavy restaurant chain in studio this morning, and they're showing us some new menu items that will help you stick to your health goals, at least a little bit. We'll be right back.
Join us on News 3 Now at 6 and 10.
Explorer. Drive it today with 0% financing plus $1,500 retail bonus cash. See your local Ford dealer.
So my son says to me, Mom, did you switch your Medicare plan yet? And I say, yes, Robert. Dad and I signed up for a Medicare Advantage plan through Senior Preferred. And he says, Senior Preferred? And I say, yes, Senior Preferred. They give us access to the doctors we want and the drug benefits we need. And he says, that's nice. So how is Dad doing? And I say, your father is fine. My living room, on the other hand.
Senior Preferred. Medicare Advantage plans built for you.
When you don't have a safe place to come home to, nothing in your world seems right.
This is a place that I call my home.
Help turn things around for a child. Become a foster parent.
Have a great night and do something good. I started saying it because I was just so tired of all the bad news in the world. People are out there doing great things. I've experienced it, and believe me, it can change your day. Tell us about the good you see. Go to Channel 3000 or post it using the hashtag #DoSomethingGood.
I'll share your stories on News 3 Now.
Our community is full of wonderful, giving people. Let's celebrate them together. Let's do something good.
It's an absolute nightmare.
There's pain that does not stop.
I feel trapped by migraine.
Migraine is a disabling disease.
I started getting migraines around 5 years old.
I feel like I'm dying.
You feel like the world's closing in on you. There's nothing you can do.
It's like you're trapped in your head. There's no escaping it. You can't leave your body.
Don't suffer alone. Make your move against migraine. Learn more. Find help. Get connected. The American Migraine Foundation.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back. Even though it's a bit warmer this weekend, it's still that time of year when we crave comfort food, especially during the Super Bowl. Olive Garden's new menu is helping you not totally fall off the wagon when it comes to your health goals with their new menu items, all under 600 calories. I have here with me Mary. And Mary, you said that we can still get that yummy kind of carby fix without really eating pasta. So how are you doing that here?
Well, awesome. Thank you for having me today. I'm the culinary manager at our Eastside Olive Garden location, and we have a collection of entrees from our Taste of the Mediterranean collection, which are all 600 calories and under. And some of them feature pasta, and some of them feature our zoodles, which are actually spiralized zucchini noodles. Now, it's super easy to do at home if you'd like. You can pick up hand zoodleizers at any grocery store, home goods store, different places like that, or equipment attach-ons to your mixer or different equipment you'd have at home. Now, we do receive all of our zoodles pre-spiralized since we do go through a large quantity of them. Yes. But the zucchini noodles are super fresh brought in, and they are basically like long spaghetti noodles only made out of zucchinis.
And it's an amazing way to kind of get that carbonara or the fettuccine alfredo without the fettuccine, without the pasta. It probably cuts down hundreds hundreds of calories, I imagine.
Absolutely. Yep. Our Taste of the Mediterranean collection is all under 600 calories for the full dishes. And with our Zoodles Primavera here, we do feature our Primavera sauce, which is a light basil cream sauce. We do make all of our soups and sauces in-house fresh every morning. So we start at the crack of dawn, getting those ready for everybody to come on in and join us for lunch and dinner. And then we have all of our fresh options too that we do receive to help create all these dishes.
Delicious. And you know, I'm sure you've heard from people who show up at Olive Garden hoping to have pasta. Maybe they see the calorie difference and then they decide to go with the Zoodles. What's their reaction? Do they feel like there's something left to be desired, or are they pretty satisfied?
I guess they're pretty satisfied. And like I said, with the Taste of the Mediterranean, some of our dishes, like our shrimp scampi here, does feature our capellini or angel hair pasta with a light scampi sauce on there, the seasoned Roma tomatoes and asparagus, and sauteed shrimp, all for under 600 calories. So you can go either way with, if you prefer Zoodles or regular pasta, and our Zoodles Primavera is also a vegetarian option, seeing as though the Primavera sauce is vegetarian as well.
That's great. So like you said, you can still get that under 600 calorie meal and still go with the pasta.
Oh, absolutely. No sacrifice on taste whatsoever. Delicious different options that we have at the Olive Garden. So come on in and definitely try any of our Taste of the Mediterranean options for under 600 calories.
I certainly will. This smells amazing. Thank you so much for waking up and joining us this morning. You were great.
Absolutely.
Well, there is still a half-hour news ahead on News 3 Now this morning, Sunday. We will be following that breaking Groundhog Day news that we've been looking at all morning. Did Jimmy see his shadow or not? Chris will tell us what that means for our week forecast just ahead. Plus, the battle for the best commercial is heating up. A preview of the top ads ahead of tonight's big game. We'll be right back.
What we achieve for patients is life-changing.
You get your smile back, your confidence back in just one day.
A new smile at a price you can afford.
With the dignity and respect you deserve.
Don't wait another day. Nothing is more life-changing than a healthy, confident smile.
Now get 10% off all dentures. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Call 1-800-DENTURE today to schedule your consultation.
With $5,000 total cash back. Or get 0 for 60 financing plus $3,000 retail bonus cash.
Aspen Dental gave me back the smile of my youth. I was on stage singing and the mic stand slammed back into my teeth. 5 years later, I went to Aspen Dental. They worked with me financially. I could not believe that it took me that long. I had my smile in a day.
At Aspen Dental, we're all about yes, like yes, up to 30% off dental services, yes to flexible hours and payment options, and yes, we'll have you singing too. Don't wait. Book at aspendental.com or call today.
When we hear a big storm's headed our way, some of us fall back into bed, some into fresh powder. Spending your day indoors or out, it's all about knowing what to expect. Turn to News 3 Now for an accurate first alert forecast so you can plan your perfect day.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer 11 years ago.
You don't expect it to happen to you at age 30.
I have 2 kids, and I got to be here for them.
I am so motivated by those people that have worked so hard through this disease, and we are going to continue this fight every single day.
To the White House begins with the Iowa caucuses, and News 3 Now is there. Political reporter Amy Reed covers every angle with live reports tonight. Stay informed with the area's most in-depth election coverage, only on News 3 Now. Accurate news as it happens. right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Well, good morning. It's February 2nd. I'm Keely Arthur. We're going to get a check on weather with Chris in just a second. But first, just as Iowa voters get ready to caucus tomorrow, City of Madison residents can also vote via absentee ballots starting tomorrow. And as election season begins, those who once lost the right to vote because of felony voter disenfranchisement laws are now fighting for voter equality. Right now, any person convicted of a felony is ineligible to vote. A group of former incarcerated individuals called Expo is campaigning to unlock the vote and restore voting rights to those after release from prison or jail. Meanwhile, we're expecting a busy week in Washington, but don't expect contrition from President Trump. Senate Republicans are expected to acquit the president this week, likely during a vote on Wednesday, and sources say the president has no plans to apologize. Then President Clinton did so at the end of his 1999 impeachment trial, but sources say Trump will likely express vindication. Right now, he says he's innocent and his conduct with Ukraine's president was, quote, perfect. And if this warmer weather has you craving something cold, you're in luck. The chocolate shop has announced its return to Atwood Avenue following a lawsuit late last year, which ended with the chocolate shop leaving their walk-up shop. The ice cream parlor will open just 200 feet from its former location, where another ice cream shop called the Atwood Scoop plans to open. Both owners say their shops will be a place for the community to gather coming off of the bike path. The chocolate shop plans to open in May, and Atwood Scoop says they plan to open maybe even sooner. Well, it is sunny out. We're talking about ice cream, Chris, and we're seeing unseasonably warm weather today.
Yes, all of that is in the mix. And after 11 days in a row of dealing with the cloudy skies, folks, I am happy to say it is gone. Here's a live look outside right now. We had a beautiful sunrise out there. The actual sun is just a little bit out of frame for our sky camera there, but it is certainly up in the sky. You're going to notice even more of that as we move through the afternoon. Beautiful conditions over at the Edgewater sky camera, and you may be able to tell that it's just a little shaky. That's because things are going to be breezy as we go throughout the day. 41 our temperature right now. We will continue to see those temperatures well into the 40s, folks. That's going to be the theme pretty much all day long. 41 in Janesville right now. A couple spots still in the 30s, but at this point, no one is below freezing. That coldest spot is Juneau coming in at 34. Sunshine for all of us. We don't have any snow flurries throughout south central Wisconsin this morning. There was a little bit of light snow that moved towards our north overnight, but that is on out of here, folks. So as we go through the rest of the day, sunshine will continue to be the main story. Now, we still have not heard word from Jimmy just yet, but as we get that answer, I will go ahead and tell you we still have a chance for some winter as we move into early next week.
All right, Chris, well, you're going to want to hear this breaking news. I believe Jimmy did see his shadow, so we have more winter. Well, switching gears now, the first person outside of mainland China, a man in the Philippines, has died from the coronavirus. This comes as an 8th case of the deadly disease has been confirmed in the U.S., this one in Massachusetts. The state's Department of Public Health confirmed the positive test of a man in his 20s who lives in Boston. Officials say he had recently traveled to Wuhan, China, and got medical care soon after returning to the U.S. The man was put into isolation and is expected to be recovering and doing well. Meanwhile, in nearby New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio said the state is investigating a possible case.
About a week ago, I reported to New Yorkers on the status of the coronavirus, and I said at that point it was a question of not if, but when. Now we have our first case under investigation here in New York City.
Delta is moving up its suspension of flights between the U.S. and China in response to the coronavirus outbreak. The airline will suspend all flights starting today. Previously, Delta said the suspension would begin next Thursday. The move follows the Department of Health and Human Services ban on U.S.-China travel, also beginning today. Delta expects the flights to remain suspended at least through the end of April. Well, it's Super Bowl Sunday, and for some of us, the big game is all about the ads. This year, all 77 commercial spots during the Super Bowl sold out in record time, despite massive price tags at nearly $5.6 million for 30 seconds of airtime. Kenneth Craig shows us how the big game is not all about winning on the field, but about the battle for the best commercial.
It's become one of the most talked about Super Bowl ads days before the game itself. Planters killing off Mr. Peanut after 104 years as its mascot.
Don't do it, Mr. Peanut. No!
In the wake of Kobe Bryant's death, Planters paused its social media campaign featuring the fiery crash, but will release ads on Sunday. Advertising expert Linda Kaplan-Thaler says other advertisers may be scrambling to make their own changes.
Are we likely to see some sort of tribute or nod to Kobe in some grand way?
I would not be at all surprised if somebody pulled their advertising and created some kind of tribute.
Ahead of the most watched TV event of the year, Amazon teased its Alexa commercial with Ellen and Portia de Rossi.
What do you think people did before Alexa?
Alexa, turn the temperature down 2 degrees.
But Kaplan-Thaler believes Hyundai's new Sonata ad, featuring recognizable faces and that Boston accent, could be the most memorable.
Look who's got Smart Pack.
Smart Pack?
Just hit the clicker. Car packs itself. It's smart.
Fresh off his Grammys wins, Lil Nas X is selling Doritos with an Old Town Road theme. And MC Hammer is making a comeback with Cheetos.
You can't touch this.
There will be commercials that aim to unite us, like Budweiser's new spot, and messages of female empowerment.
I always knew I wanted to be a coach.
Hey, Rock, I got these eggs. What do you want to do with them?
Experts say even in the digital age, TV spots during the Super Bowl are one of the few places brands can be sure their advertising will be seen. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
All right, well, you'll also want to keep a close eye on the score tonight. A company is making a bet today that could have you enjoying some free pizza. DiGiorno says if at any point the game score is 3-14 or 14-3, DiGiorno will give out free pizzas. 3.14 represents the number pi. DiGiorno says if that score happens, it'll tweet out a link for a free coupon for a free pizza. The coupons will be honored at a first-come, first-served basis and only while they last. Once the score changes, that link will end. Well, Badger fans already have something to celebrate this weekend. They're riding high after a big win over 14th ranked Michigan State. With Kobe King and Brad Davison missing from the lineup, the Badgers dug deep, pulling out a 64-63 victory. Afterwards, Greg Gard says this win was more than just about an upset, while Spartans head coach Tom Izzo had some poignant words for the team that just beat his.
They understand and appreciate and embrace wearing that W and how much pride and the people you represent with that, and they don't take that lightly.
I give them credit for battling like they did, not letting all the distractions and problems get to them, and so there's a little piece of me somewhere, probably won't come out till I get home, that's happy for Guard, for Wisconsin, and for their players.
So make that 4 wins over top 20 teams for Wisconsin this season, 2 on the road, 2 at home. Next up, the Badgers head to Minnesota on Wednesday. Well, a restaurant known for its Chicago-style food is proving it has a big heart, partnering with the American Red Cross to offer a special deal ahead of Valentine's Day. We'll tell you how you can support a good cause with some very good food. Portillo's is live on News 3 Now this morning, Sunday, right after this.
The Color Purple is the Tony Award winner for Best Musical Revival, a glory to behold.
At Overture Center, February 18th through 23rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
It's the annual RV show and sale you don't want to miss at Interstate RV, January 30th through February 2nd. Great RV show pricing just up the road, Highway 51.net.
Ah, my Titan 6-piece leather power reclining sectional, designed for serious binge watching. Power recline, adjustable headrests, lumbar support, available in ice or brown. Oh, and USB ports to keep those devices nice and charged, because you aren't going anywhere for a long time. Oh, I'm still here. Thanks to Bob's Discount, my Titan 6-piece sectional is only $24.99.
Get Bob's Discount!
Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Dear Jack Frost, people say you've got ice in your veins. But underneath it all, you're just a big old softie. Go ahead, try to nip at our toes. Thanks to our available Remote Connect, we'll be toasty and warm and ready to go. Warm wishes, Toyota Cars.
Right now, you can lease a stylish new 2020 Toyota Camry for $259 a month. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
Choose U.S. Cellular Prepaid and choose Fair. Fair because our signal gets you where you need to go. Fair because we give you a strong signal and an amazing deal, too. Right now, you can get a free smartphone. So make your tax refund go further. Choose U.S. Cellular Prepaid and you'll get a free smartphone right now. Plus a strong signal with national coverage. U.S. Cellular Prepaid. Choose Fair.
Disney on Ice invites you to dream big. Join Moana on her journey to believe in herself. Be inspired by Miguel's passion. Rediscover the power of love with Anna and Elsa and see how anything is possible when you explore your world. Disney on Ice presents Dream Big. Tickets start at $15. Coming to Alliant Energy Center February 6th through 9th. For tickets and show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
Today is a good news weather day, folks. We're going to see sunshine and temperatures are going to be topping out into not just the low 40s or the mid 40s, but even the upper 40s for a lot of folks, potentially setting some records. Then into tomorrow, we have a bonus day with some sunshine before more cloud cover begins to stream into the picture. This sets the stage for a cold front to move in. And as we go through the middle part of February, we are looking at a probability of below normal temperatures combined with above normal precipitation. That could lead to more snow chances around here. We'll see those first snow chances associated with this pattern coming up in the next couple of days.
All right, Chris, love you and love the forecast. Thank you. Well, the restaurant brand known for its menu of Chicago-style favorites is proving it has a big heart this month. This month, Portillo's is partnering with the American Red Cross to donate all of the proceeds from its heart-shaped chocolate cakes, up to $25,000, to relief organizations. Justice Embry joins us this morning to talk about that. And Justice, you and I are both from the Chicago suburbs.
Yes.
I think you might have my dream job. You travel around and you promote Portillo's.
I absolutely love it. So I get to travel around and train a lot of different people within Portillo's to teach them about the Portillo's culture and help make Portillo's extremely successful. But today, you guys, I get to talk to you a little bit about our Portillo's heart-shaped chocolate cakes. These wonderful things right here. This is a single-layered chocolate cake, and it's made fresh every morning with a little bit of extra love in there. So.
And did you do heart-shaped every February, or is this new?
We do heart-shaped cakes every February. Yes, we do.
Okay.
For Valentine's Day.
And
absolutely.
Is this partnership new, though, or is this something that you've been doing every year?
So our partnership with the American Red Cross, we've been doing it for about 4 years now. We donate up to $25,000 of our proceeds from the heart-shaped cakes all to the American Red Cross. Now, every year we do donate to some part of the American Red Cross. This year it happens to be biomedical services, which helps guarantee the supply and the blood supply to each of its patients. And so that's a little bit different, but it's extremely cool. And each year I love the fact that we do donate to the American Red Cross.
Yeah, I love that too. And, you know, Portillo's has so much more food. And people think, oh, just like a normal chocolate cake, like can't be that special. But this really is, right?
Absolutely.
How do you, like, why do people say this is their favorite? Because so many people really do say this is their absolute favorite chocolate cake.
Honestly, our chocolate cake has been the same recipe since it started out. It was Dick Portillo's wife's recipe.
Okay.
And the tradition has just continued to grow, and we put more and more love into these cakes every year. So why wouldn't they want to stop in for our delicious chocolate cake?
And how much is one of these?
Our chocolate cakes are $15.99, and we do suggest that our guests do pre-order. You can pick them up in the stores from February 7th through February 16th. But if you'd like to pre-order, you can call 1-866-YUM-BEEF, or you can go online to portillos.com. This is also something that is an option for fans countrywide. You can go online to portillos.com and send these to anybody that you love, and they'll get there nice and fresh.
All right, so either that website or 1-866-YUM-BEEF. So many different ways to order this. Obviously delicious and for a great cause, so something to feel really good about this February. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Justice.
Thank you, guys.
Well, you're about to take a live look over the Capitol. Chris is back with your first alert forecast next on News 3 Now this morning. But first, let's take a look at who is turning 3 today. Happy birthday to all the kids celebrating. We'll be right back.
That was nice.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
It's here. Instant funding online from SpeedyCash.com. Don't have time to stop by a Speedy Cash store? Get cash now, no matter where you are. Apply for a loan using the Speedy Cash app. If approved, funds applied to your debit card in minutes with instant funding from SpeedyCash.com. Apply now. It's fast. Go to SpeedyCash.com for instant funding today.
What does it take to be great? Great discipline, great commitment, great passion, a great love for the game. Yeah, all of that and great rest. The Athlete's Choice Collection with B-Fit technology from Denver Mattress. Engineered for optimal rest, recovery, and performance.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
This is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
Hop in. Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible.
Wow. That's pretty sweet. That's cool.
Where's the trailer though?
Or get a total value of $6,500 on this Silverado without optional tech package or enhanced invisible view. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
When we say every Culver's Butterburger is cooked to order, here's what we mean.
Could I get a Butterburger?
The Culver's Deluxe, please.
Ketchup, mustard, pickle, and onion?
Craig Culver, I'm going to cook for you. Follow me.
I would love
Come on there. Fresh beef.
It looks great.
And we're looking for that nice sear, just like we got right here. That's where that great steak flavor comes from.
Totally fresh, made to order, the way you want it. Searing it to perfection is really cool to see that.
Welcome to Delicious.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We did it, folks. We made it through the cloud cover. We have made it to a sunny weekend. That's exactly where we find ourselves. Now, we had a beautiful sunrise this morning, and we are still seeing some of that beautiful color on the horizon, finally. But it will be very mild as we move into the afternoon. And then we're going to go ahead and pay attention to that setup that we have coming our direction early next week. Right now, here's the setup over the upper Midwest. Clouds are just to our south and west, and even still, a lot of these are those high, thin, wispy clouds, so the sun is still going to be able to shine through them. That will not be a big deal at all. Temperature-wise, we are waking up very warm. 41 is the wake-up temperature in Madison right now. Also, Janesville waking up at 41. Monroe waking up at 40. Boscobel and Mineral Point waking up at 41. Platteville, you're in the upper 30s, but you'll join the 40s party as we go through the next couple of hours. 42 will be the temperature in Madison as we work your way by 10:30. Towards 2:30, look for those temperatures right around 46 degrees. And with enough sunshine and with enough of a southerly wind, we will see those temperatures perhaps be a couple degrees warmer. That record temperature in Madison, folks, is 47. We're knocking on the door. Stay tuned into the afternoon to see if we're able to set a record temperature today. We'll cool down towards 26 tonight. I want to highlight my special gift for you all tomorrow because I created it all on my own. That's going to be the sunshine that we have coming in for your Monday. So not one, but 2 days of sunshine before that cloud cover begins to return towards the picture. But that does not happen until after the sun sets on Monday night. So most of tomorrow will be a sunny day. We'll start to see that cloud cover moving in Monday night. Then into Tuesday, we'll see that chance some light snow and flurries returning to the forecast. This is all a part of our next setup. It's going to feature a stationary front between Chicago and St. Louis, cold air towards the north, warm air towards the south. We call this a baroclinic zone. That's a fancy weather people term for saying this is an area where storm systems are going to develop. I expect a storm system to develop. That'll track gradually towards the north and east. The question is, how far south does this cold air genuinely get to push? If it's a little bit further towards the north, that low is going to track a little bit further towards the north. If it's a stronger push of colder air, we'll see that low a little bit further towards the south. Here's how the models are seeing this right now, and I think they have a fairly solid handle on things, oddly enough. That first wave that we're going to see Monday into Tuesday, that one will likely pass a little bit further towards the south. It's going to be later in the week. I expect us to see a little bit of a stronger area of low pressure. That one will track further towards the north. That's when we could see a few rounds of light snow. I don't expect it to be a big deal. Yes, I do believe we could see some accumulation out of it. We're going to watch it closely. There are several days to track this and to see what could change. But this opens up the door to where I believe the pattern's going to be going as we go through the middle of the month. Look for colder than normal temperatures throughout the western part of the country. That includes us here in the upper Midwest. Warmer than normal temperatures towards the east. This is typically a pattern that leads to a storm path throughout the center of the country, and behold, that is where we see that greatest probability for above normal precipitation, including us here in Madison. So with that being said, you will notice more cloud cover and more snow chances in that forecast starting Tuesday and going all the way through next Tuesday.
Okay, Chris, really quick. So Poxitawney Phil, we didn't see a shadow, and then Jimmy, we did. So you have to be the tiebreaker. 6 more weeks of winter or spring?
6 more weeks of winter. I've just been looking at the pattern. Although we've been very warm all winter long compared to where we could be, but the colder temperatures and the snow chances look to last through February.
All right. Well, there is more news ahead all day long here on News 3 Now. And then tomorrow morning, our Amy Reed is headed to Des Moines, and we'll have the latest from the first in the nation Iowa caucus. But first, kindness can be contagious, and here's proof how a little girl is solving a big problem, serving as a big inspiration to all of us.
In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee who were hurt and killed by the carelessness of others. Over the past 89 years, the awards for our clients totals well into the billions of dollars, probably more than all the other personal injury firms in the state combined. When you do something for so long, you tend to get pretty good at it. And we will continue that fight for justice every day in towns throughout Wisconsin. Habish, and Rotier.
We like to think that we live in a nice, safe neighborhood. The truth is that a burglary occurs every 13 seconds, and homes without a security system have a 300% greater chance of getting broken into. How many homes in your neighborhood were robbed yesterday? You need to start protecting your home and family today. Call now to get state-of-the-art protection. To keep your family and property safe, call the number on your screen now. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
The new iPhone 11 runs on Straight Talk without a contract and a plan that's up to half the cost of big carriers. With the new ultra-wide camera, your shareable moments are ultra-shareable. Because you're on a network that's more than just big talk. The new iPhone 11. Now get the unlimited plan for just $45 a month on America's best 4G LTE networks. Straight Talk Wireless, everything for less.
Month after month, I'm doing it all. The supplements, the veggies, the water, but I still have recurring constipation, belly pain, straining, and bloating. My doctor said I could have a real medical condition called IBS-C.
From my recurring constipation and belly pain from IBS-C, I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
I'm doing it all, and I said yes to Linzess. Ask your doctor about Linzess.
This election season, politicians are targeting Wisconsin, making promises and claims to capture your vote. But you deserve the truth. Only Reality Check gives you the tools you need to make informed choices. I'm News 3 Now political reporter Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
All right, we end this morning in Southern California, where a little girl heard about a big problem and decided to make a big difference.
That's right. Here's Jamie Yukas.
Many parents at this Vista, California school were behind on lunch payments. So Kiki Hardy, a soft-spoken kindergartner, decided to take action.
Because somebody's mom didn't buy lunch.
Her solution? Open a cocoa and cookie stand.
We got money for the school lunch.
I didn't even know who she was.
Teresa Sharp runs the cafeteria.
You never know what their little minds, what's thinking, what's going around and around in their heads.
This is what Kiki's mind cooked up, a series of fundraisers.
I heard that somebody donated $250, I think.
And someone else donated $7,000.
Whoa.
Kiki's Kindness Project didn't just pay off her elementary school's debt, but the entire district's.
For her to come up with this all on her own was just amazing to me.
5th grader Dawson Spees says he's now inspired to plant trees. Raylyn Chavez wants to feed the homeless.
If it wasn't for Kiki, would you have even thought about some of these ideas?
Probably not.
Raylyn says when she told her family about Kiki's Kindness Project,
it made my grandma cry. She was just so happy that our next generation is going to be that kind and caring.
Proof that kindness
help my community
can be contagious.
Thank you.
Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Vista, California.
All right, Chris, this forecast calls for
break them out.
Sunglasses.
It's the first time I've gotten to use them in a very long time. You're going to need these as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine out there. Temperatures are topping out around 46 degrees. That record, by the way, is 47. It is in jeopardy, but then we'll be taking the sunglasses back off after Monday. The clouds come back. That's okay. These next 2 days, we'll get outdoors, we'll soak it up so that we have seen our full of sunshine. Oh, look at that.
It's getting hot in here.
So
All right.
hot.
Thanks for watching, everyone.